Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Helps out a lot. Thank you in advance. Today's game is a fighting game. Today's game is a Dreamcast game, so you know it's made by Capcom. We're talking about Power Stone. As always, Capcom is giving us another fighting gem, right? A game that it picked up buzz, at least in my circles. It was a game that we played a lot of. It got a sequel, which is kind of uncommon for this time of games on like Dreamcast era fighting games, right? They a lot of times one and done, but this actually got a sequel. We'll talk about it on another day. But I wanted to introduce you to the first Power Stone. And one of the things I loved about this game is this is one of those games where the cast, although not as large as a lot of games of the time, every character did really feel different and really reflected different playing styles and different ways to kind of maneuver. This is a 3D fighting game, more 3D than the traditional 3D fighting game. So this is not like Tekken, Soul Calibur, Virtual Fighter. This is you're in more of a full 3D plane you're moving around. They also had items, so this was around the time after the first Smash Brothers, so it's kind of taking stuff from that range. Like there's a lot of stuff going on here that was very cool and very new to the fighting game space. Also, one of the first games I remember playing that had a character, like the main character Falcon was like British and not American, which kind of threw me off the first time because I'm usually the blonde hair, blue eyed guy's an American guy, but he wasn't. But it was also really cool. Some of my favorite characters, obviously Wong Tong, because it's basically he goes Super Saiyan, right? But Jack was really cool because he was essentially Jack the Ripper. There's also a samurai who clearly turns into Silver Samurai, but somehow they didn't get in trouble for that. Maybe because they had, Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm not sure, but he's basically Silver Samurai. But this game was really, really, really fun. I also remember never being as good as I wanted to be in this game, but also not putting in any time to get better. Like my friend Marquise was probably the best person I seen play this game. Like he was really good to the point of you could transform and it really wouldn't matter. Like he could still give you the business even if you had the Power Stones and he didn't, which is very hard to do if you played this game. So essentially, if you collect 3 Power Stones, you get to transform into your super form, but also you have different combos and moves you can pull off just as your normal version. So like finding the character you liked was basically figuring out who could you do some work with outside of the form, because it's not guaranteed. And it was kind of random. Sometimes, somebody would get 1 stone just, because it spawned right on top of them, and then they threw a box at you and it perfectly hit you and stone bounced right on top of them. So boom, you don't even have time to recover. So they get they might get the transform twice in a row, which is, it's hard to deal with, man. It's one of those games where getting the transformation can turn the tide of battle, but also you could catch an L trying to get to the Power Stone. So it was like you had to pick your spot. Some stages are much larger than others, and it gives you a lot more freedom, but sometimes that could be to your detriment. And it was just a really fun time. Like this was a game where it wasn't so much as a competition, even though we all trying to win, but it was also just kind of it was having fun within the competition, which was kind of a break from the normal, Street Fighter back and forth. At the time, one of the prettiest games, just from a visual standpoint, the effects, the characters, their transformations, everything about it was fantastic. It was like the Dreamcast was showing you how versatile it was, even within just the fighting game space, which is again another reason why I love the Dreamcast. Like I said, they got a sequel. We'll talk about the sequel at another time. But I wanted to introduce you to this game because it's a game, again, that, in fighting game enthusiast circles, we talk about, right? Like, if we ever get another Power Stone, and I can understand why they probably won't do it. I just want another one. More so the second one than the first, but, sometimes you take what you can get. If we can't get a sequel, let's just get like, a little HD remake or something. But if you know about this game, talk to me. Who was your favorite? Like I said, Wong Tong was always a popular character among everybody because of the Super Saiyan thing. This was around the time we started knowing about Dragon Ball, right? But then like Ryoma turns into the Silver Samurai. Falcon's always a good choice. My friend Keith was always a big Ayami character. Like I could never get as much out of her as he could. And even in the video that you see, like she does work, but it's not as much damage, but he would give you the beats with her. I'm telling you, not sweet out here. So I'd like to know your thoughts on this game and the series as a whole. Appreciate you letting me take time to reminisce with you. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.